that I got back from Instat, it was probably one of our better games in terms of ball possession. I know you could point towards the sending off as being a valid factor with regards to ball possession, but leading up to the moment that Sartak Gully got sent off, we outpassed, we outplayed, and we had more possession than Mumbai. So in terms of passing, I disagree with the question. Having said that, the clear-cut chances that were created in the first half probably weighed on the side of Mumbai. Mumbai had probably 2 or 3 better chances than what we did, but we were at least still creating chances. And then after we got the first goal, our first goal, when Bobo scored, I thought we had 5 or 6 great opportunities to actually get an equaliser and come away with something from the game. I thought there was a lot of positives from the game, but the negative is always the fact that the opposition scored more goals than us, and we still haven't got that clean sheet that we're working towards. So that really, as a coach, that was the only negative that I was looking at after the game. Not passing possession, not midfield players giving the ball away, not strikers giving the ball away. I think we created, the man to my left-hand side had 9 shots on the Mumbai goal. Probably 2 or 3 of them were very, very good chances, and one of them he put away. So if that keeps on, if that keeps on coming along, then we're moving in the right direction. But we have to address the situation of clean sheets first. That's the most important part for me. Not necessarily how much ball possession we have, not necessarily how much accuracy we have with regards to that ball possession, not necessarily how many chances we create, but the scoreline at the end of the day. And if that scoreline's reflected on a good defensive performance, then I'm hoping that we go to Kerala in a positive frame of mind and win the game.
Your team is like the forwards were the better, mid was better, and the defense was better individually. Like they was but they are not communicating properly. I think so. Like the communication gap between these players was something lacking behind.
Communication, yeah. Communication
Between the mids, forwards, and.
I don't, as a coach, I don't particularly see that as a problem. I don't see that as an issue. I feel as if there's a growth in the team. There's a growth of confidence. There's a growth in the fact that we're going into the games, knowing full well that we can create chances, knowing full well that we can score goals. But again, I go back to the last press conference. The most important part for me is not conceding. And as I say, when we have a strike force and you enter a field of play with a strike force that's capable of scoring goals, then the clean sheet mentality is important, and I haven't got that at this moment in time. But again, it's something that we've been working towards in the last 2 or 3 days, and again tomorrow, in preparation for the game on the 5th.
Coach, last match against Kerala Blasters was the one which we won at our home ground.
Yeah.
Now we're going to play a away game with them. So will we have a similar kind of a result?
I think the mentality of the team today is on the front foot, and that's with and without the ball. In possession, I think we're becoming more creative, more expressive, more positive. Out of possession, we need to be in the face of the opposition. We know that Kerala, and in particular the coach, wants to play football. We know that. We witnessed that against North East in the last game. I think it'll be a good game of football. I think it'll be one where probably the better tactician will win the game, whether that's pressing from the front, whether that's dropping off. But again, I go back to that first goal. If we get a first goal, and in particular, the man to my left, if he gets the chances, I think if we get our noses in front, I think that's probably the last time we were in front is in the Kerala game at Gachibowli. If that's the case, then hopefully you'll see renewed confidence in the group.
The current formations you're getting in for opportunities, or there's something that needs to be tweaked?
In the beginning, I get injured in the pre-season, and then now I feel much better. I think now the team understand how I play, and that's why I start to score the goals and try to help my team.
We'll be looking for more goals from you this match. Coach, this one's for you. in your last press conference at Mumbai, you spoke about the transfer window being open and you would look at some support from the club to make some changes. What is it that you are looking at? Because the window is open now. Already there's been an announcement of departure from Northeast United FC. Also, ATK and BFC have confirmed the arrivals of 2 players. So, what's your strategy around it?
Again, we're in the same boat. We're looking long and hard at the transfer window. We're looking long and hard at the players available. I think I must have had contact from maybe 20 players, even back in England. But none of these players are, at this moment in time, match fit. You know, you need somebody that's going to come into you and hit the ground running from minute one. I've had contact with ISL management, team management from other clubs. But my owner and the management are working hard behind the scenes. Hopefully we'll have an announcement in the next couple of days of 2 new Indian signings. And then possibility of a movement with regards to a foreign player. But this window is important. You know, it's there's still 4 games in this window in January, possibly 5, I should imagine. And with that, you know, you've got 15 points to play for. We've not given any hope up with regards to this season. I know the transfer window is important. Then you shuffle a pack of the squad and you get players that are already in the squad looking at the positive movement. Players that are not in the squad have got a chance of maybe getting into it. And there's that fear of uncertainty to a certain extent, which actually can aid a lot of players' performances. Transfer windows are always a vital tool in the game of football nowadays, and it's an important part of our season. But with 15 points to play for in January, and still 24 points to play for in the ISL, I don't think any of my players have given up hope. I think we want to finish this season in as high a position as we possibly can. Get as many of them points as we possibly can, but it starts with the first game, nothing more. And if we can go to Kerala and play as well as we know we can, with and without possession, and try and get that clean sheet, then there's a possibility that our season can still go on and we can carry a little bit of pride into the end of the season performances. It's difficult to assess the season so far because I feel as if with 1 win under our belt in 10 games, it's difficult to shout out from the rooftops that we're going in the right direction. But I do believe that probably on 4 or 5 occasions this year that we've missed out on the odd goal, and in them games we could have got a point or even 3. So we have to learn to adapt to them situations. Moments come along in a game of football where you have an opportunity to get something out of the game. The ATK is the main game that springs to my mind, but you could have FC Goa, you've had North East. There's been quite a few games that just moments of madness from ourselves, moments of mistakes that have come from ourselves as opposed to the opposition, and consequently we could have found ourselves in the middle of the table. As it stands, we're 10 out of 10, and we need to realise that with 8 games to go and still plenty of points to play for. And I'm going to make reference to a couple of days ago I met with quite a few of the Declan Army, and there was about 20-25 of them came to speak to us. And we talked about how they're enjoying, from the second game, how they're enjoying how we're playing, which means a lot to me. But at the same time, I'm in the game of winning. I'm in the game of football where winning almost means everything. A lot of managers lose their jobs because of positions where you've lost a game where you should have won, and all the excuses on the sun doesn't matter. We've got to go out there in 2 days' time in Kochi, and we've got to show Kerala not just we can take 6 points off Kerala, but to show the ISL that if we can get off the bottom of that division and start playing with a little bit more confidence and start playing with a little bit more belief that we can win a game of football, then the last 8 games will be a better place than where it is now. But overall assessment, it's been a tough division, it's been a tough league. But certainly not one that we can lose too much ground and maybe gain a little bit of pride at the end of the season.
One more question. What can the fans of Hyderabad FC look forward for the year 2020?
We're looking for a positive end to the season, and as I said to the supporters just the other day, they want us to play good football. I get that part. They want us to play exciting, attractive football. I get that part. But at the same time, as a coach, as a manager, you want to play exciting, attracting football and win. And that's the most important part. If you look at one of the greatest examples in the world at the moment, that's Liverpool Football Club. The way they're winning games of football with exciting football, but there's a confidence in the way they play at this moment in time. Until we turn that corner and win the next game, then the confidence won't come. So we need to breathe that confidence in the team. So we need your support. They need us to play good football. We need your support, and together we can go forward.
And as a coach, what are the positives from the first half of the season that you take away?
I think the positives for me are the emergence of Ashish Rai, the performances of Nikhil Pujari out of position, which has been a credit to him. He's found himself out the national side, and now I'm telling him the only way to get back in there is to work hard, be in the team and play well. Hopefully against Kerala he will play in his own position, where he normally belongs, and we'll see even a better performance. But for me, the signing of Bobo, it took 4 games to get him to the party, and then for the last 6 games he scored 4 goals and had numerous chances as well. And I looked at the league table of goal scorers the other day, and obviously Okoro was up there, and the ones who are regular, Ogbechi, etc., etc. But where Bobo's concerned, you know, he's got 6 games, 4 goals, but he's actually only 2 shots off the rest of them. You know, they've got 25, 26 shots. Bobo's got 24 from 6 games, so he's getting into the positions. And I've always thought that Bobo will score goals, and now he is scoring goals. That's where the confidence levels of the players should come from. But the second half of the season is about clean sheets, in my opinion. It's about playing good football, but it's about clean sheets. And if we can get over half of our games left and keep clean sheets, then we'll have a great finish to the season.
I think, would you say that that's the major difference between Kerala and where HFC sees itself now?
I don't know. Particularly, I haven't really looked at any other individual team. You do look at models in the ISL. You know, there's some great examples of how teams are playing. They have a philosophy from the coach. They have a philosophy from years gone by. You know, Bangalore springs to mind. You know how they play, and it's to be admired. You know, that's the reason why they're finishing high up in the ISL or even winning it. We'd like to get there. As a franchise, we'd like to get there. Eventually that will happen, I've no doubt in my mind. This season is about pride. This season is about building a franchise. This season is about building blocks to success for maybe next season. But I hope everybody stays with us with regards to that, because with 8 games to go, 24 points to play for, we're still in the hunt.